27th of June 2027. I'm Oatmeal Joey Arnold, and I was live streaming earlier, and it wasn't good because there wasn't really good internet on Panhandling, next to Panhandle. It wasn't really Panhandle. Wasn't really panhandling. I remember when Lincoln Hawk was like, "I hope you never do that. Never want to find you doing that." And it kind of makes you happy that the 5G is not everywhere. A little bit disappointed that I couldn't do it, but it was also good that you can get some peace and quiet. I was talking about my life as a camper and counselor, and I'm more calm right now. Out of breath out there, and I probably shouldn't been, but I'm doing a little bit better. It wasn't that bad, but a little bit worse than I thought, and doing better than I thought. And it just feels good to be out, and it's a little bit disappointing when people aren't able to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You can't handle the truth, said Jack Nicholson to Tom Cruise. You can't handle the truth, and you can't really handle the truth that some things you're just not fit for. Some things just not your cup of tea, your cup of oatmeal. But sometimes you just gotta try, and it's better if you do that. It's better if you try. It's better if you give it a try. And I didn't really think a lot of people would come, but some did, and that was good. And there was good testimonies that we had, and it was good to see the people when we're out there at the camp today. It's too bad that trolls have to say that I never do anything, but I did, and it's obvious that I do, based on everything, all the videos and all the stuff that I post. And it's not like you should be keeping track of everything, but if you did, you would know. And a lot of people would dare to say that they think they do know what's happening, but they definitely don't know what is going on. The eye makeup, there is no eye makeup. There's no makeup going on here. This is what is going on. Whoa, a little bit closer, you think? You think that means a little bit close? And it's a little bit unfortunate, but hope they don't hit me. Uh, and it's always good to be out in the wilderness as a camper going hiking, and you camping as a camper. I really enjoyed doing that, and I've done it so many times, and it felt so good being a camper, and then being a counselor even better for the 5 summers, 2 winters. And I probably should get back into it. Like, I think about what country I should live in. I think about what kind of world I belong in. And it's a funny thing, climbing a tree, feeling like a monkey again, feeling like a kid again. It feels really good. Picking the 20 pounds of cherries, the pounds of raspberries, strawberries, and all the other things. It's easier to ask me, what do we not have in the garden, in the farm? Like, what's going on? And I feel devastated. I feel devastated. I feel blessed. I feel blessed. Blessed. I feel the mixed of feelings, but there's always a testimony out there, even within me. But I am hesitant. I've been hesitant, pretty hesitant sometimes about it, about giving testimonies, even though there's a part of me that wants to. And I feel like it's a great thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's a terrible thing. Oh man. Last year was a terrible thing, and it was a great thing. Think about that. Think about that. Think about what happened and what it turned into. And it really just turns your mind around. I think about Romans 8:28, and it's true. It's true. It's true. Whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not, it's very true. 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 Romans 8:28 is very true. The other thing that's very true is Proverb, Proverb, Proverb 3, Proverb 3, 5, and 6. One of my favorites. One of my, probably my favorite. Maybe my favorite. No, I don't know. I don't know. I remember making the cards and putting that on there 20 years ago, 21 years ago. I put those verses on them cards. I started doing the cards, and that's like another thing about me. Another part of my life is those cards, those EA encouragement articles, playing cards. You think about Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and then you think about the oatmeal cards. Who wants a Pokemon card? Who wants a Yu-Gi-Oh card? When you can have a Magic the Gathering? How about an oatmeal gathering? An oatmeal gathering card, and I started doing that 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Started doing it for people, and then the articles, not just the cards, but the articles too, and writing a bunch of stuff about people, mostly girls, just like the duets now, but different people, mostly girls, but different people in general, and it was good. It was good, and it was exciting, especially during high school, especially around that time. I don't know if it started before that, but especially around that time, and I remember people coming up to me and saying, "Man, I won't want to," and you never know when you're gonna start something that other people want to be a part of. If you start something, other people are gonna come to you and be like, "I want one. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that." And sometimes it's better not to force it out, even though you really want. You really want to, like, if you're like a dreamer, if you're a dreamer, you want it out. You want it out. You want your thing out. You want your thing bobber out. You want it all the way out. You want to do your thing. You want your dream. You want your goal. You want your aspiration. You want your thingamabobber out. And you start to get this goddamn tunnel vision. Tunnel. You're stuck in a tunnel. Stuck in a tunnel. Your nasal cavity is gravitating to pull you down into something you've never known, but you always have heard about from yourself. And you're thinking, man, can I do this? Can I handle this? Can I take this? Can this be something? Can this be something? Is this gonna be something? And then you start to overthink. But the tunnel vision is a thing that is good because it helps you focus. But then you don't see the stuff that's happening around you that might be good, might be bad, it definitely could hit you on the side as you're going. You're going for it, which is great. If you're some kind of goddamn visionary, some kind of if you're some kind of goddamn entrepreneur, it's great. But at the same time, you might get blindsided. You might get blindsided. You might get blindsided. There's one of the problems. One of the problems. You might get blindsided. And I'm thinking about this, and I think that would be a great title to a book. What Not to Do by Oatmeal Joey Arnold. What not to do. Oh, man. What not to do. There's so many things not to do, not to do, not to do. Make a bunch of YouTube channels. Nah, I don't want to put that on the list. Make over 50 YouTube channels and get some of them suspended, but then get some of them restored after almost 10 years of fighting YouTube on Twitter. Don't do that. Do it. No, don't do it. No, do it. Don't do it. I did it. Another thing not to do by Oatmeal Joey Arnold. Another thing not to do. Don't try to build robots out of bowling pins. Not gonna work. Another thing not to do. Don't drink water out of a plastic bottle. Probably give you cancer. Not medical advice. Not medical. Not legal advice. Not any advice. Since when did anybody take advice from random people on the internet? Why do people say that? Why do people have to say that? Why does everybody feel compelled that they're going to be taken to court over something that they say? Like, oh, somebody said that I said that. No, I'm like, what if, like, what if I told somebody, yeah, go ahead and steal something? Does that mean I go to jail for stealing something and the other person doesn't, even though they're the one that stole it? Like, do I have to say, oh, this is not stealing advice? Advice? This is not medical advice. This is not legal advice. Oh, this is not stealing a bank advice. This is not robbing a bank advice. Guys, this is not robbing a bank advice. This is not legal advice. This is not medical advice. This is not any kind of advice. But if it was, man, does that mean I go to jail for something that you do? And the judge is going to look at the person who did the bad thing and be like, well, since Oatmeal told you to do it, you're not going to be punished. You're not going to be fined. You're not going to be taken to court again. You're not going to be taken to prison. Because somebody told you to do it, that means you're not liable. You're not liable. You're not liable. Because we got this new culture called, if somebody tells you something and you blame that person for telling you to do a bad thing, that means you didn't really do a bad thing. The other person did a bad thing for telling you to do a bad thing. You didn't really do it because you just did it because other people told you to do it. The devil made me do it. The devil made me. Does that mean we have to punish the devil? The devil not running around being like, this is not legal advice. Not legal advice, man. This is not legal. Not legal. Not legal. Not oatmeal advice. This is not oatmeal advice, man. This is not oatmeal advice. Not legal advice, man. Not I just steal advice, man. It's not Kathy stole my bike advice, man. It's not Oatmeal Joey Arnold stuck in a tree, stuck in the Arnold attic, Billy Breaker, Mickey Moorhead, Red Dog, Rob Woo, Hercules Roberto advice, man. This is not me drinking water. Water. Not advice, not AI advice. Mm, pretty good. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Don't you think that's pretty good? Drinking some water, working at a camp, working in another country. Why people don't go to a thing? Especially a new thing. Like if you're like trying to do a thing, trying to do some kind of revival, or big revival thing to Bobber. You wanted to like get a lot of people to come over. Not a lot of people want to come over to the lake, and a few people came, and it was good. But it's like, what? Some people come here and not there. Why do people come to the normal place and they don't want to do the new thing? Because people don't like change, man. People don't like change, and so they don't really want to. Little Scar, hi, Little Scar. Man, I was just at that lake, man. Did you see my last live stream an hour ago? I was I was on the lake, man, next to the lake in the woods. In the in the lake, no, I wasn't drowning. This is not advice about drowning. I would never get advice like that on this day. This Saturday, this 27th of June, 2026. 27th of 2026. What am I saying? Like, I'm just trying to drink water. The water's going down my brain, making me insane. I can't handle this anymore. I try to make a sense of it, but I've done it too long. And I just I enjoy this, all of it, even though it wasn't exactly what I wanted. It turns out to be something that I probably needed. You can't always get what you want. Can't always get what you want. Hey man, who is this? Tina, were you here before? You look familiar. Can't always get what you want, but if you try some time, get what you need. Good song, don't you think? I wasn't? You weren't? I think you were. Maybe not today, but maybe like a week ago or something. It looks, maybe there was somebody else with a similar, very similar name. Dina Gonzalez. Can you play me a song? What kind of song do you want? Well, I don't know a lot of songs. Really don't know a lot of songs. Can't always get what you want. Oatmeal in your bowl. Oatmeal in your bowl. Are you gonna lose control? Driving down the road. You're so bloated like a bloat. What in the world's a bloat? All the UKians. What do you know? I don't know, man. What do I know? What do I know? Michael Jackson is inside my brain. Yahoo! I just know that I'm happy and terrified that I'm in this position, feeling so behind in my life, but at the same time making some progress. Beat it. They told my brother, don't you come around here. You better disappear. There's fire in your eyes and your words are real clear. So beat it. But you wanna be bad, just beat it. Beat it. No one wants to be defeated. Nothing talking down. Strong as you fight. It doesn't matter who's wrong or who's right. Just beat it. Beat it. Just beat it. Just beat it. They told him. What's the next verse? I'm around here. You better disappear. There's fire in your eyes. Fire. That's fire. That's fire. In my cousin's birthday. My cousin's birthday. Michael was on an episode of The Simpsons. Michael said, Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. God has given you a life again, and now you're here and you're not dead. And I'm drinking water. So good. Did I tell you? Did I tell you that one time Bane Camp never went to Bane Camp? Why would I want to go? Why would I want to go? Why would I want to go to Bane Camp? What? Maybe I would. No, I did. Wait, I did go to music camp. It was basically the same thing. But that was with the Salvation Army, and I was a goddamn counselor. Is my life outside of the Salvation Army better? Should I get back with the Salvation Army because I worked with them for years? First as a camper, as a member, as a kid, growing up, going to their core, their church in Hillsborough, and then other places later. Going to their camp at Camp Karatley in Boring, Oregon, as a camper and a counselor. Later on, as a counselor for 2 summers, 2007, 2008 was good to have fun in a not boring Oregon at Camp Karatley of Trestle Glen. And working there and working at Camp Redwood Glen with the Salvation Army in Camp Redwood Glen in California, and working with the Salvation Army in Portland and with Blake Webb at Moore Street and Gresham and Revelation Hawaii with Rob Nolan in Hawaii. Man. And I think about that sometimes. One of the things that can let me think about this. Let me think about this. One of the things that can get you down is all the goddamn bumps in the road. Whatever the bumps are bumps. And you don't always have to know. You want to know. And sometimes it's great when you know, when you can know what the goddamn bumps are. Whether they're mistakes that you made or others made or other things. Sometimes it can be, what can they be? They can be something else. They can be something terrible. They could be stuff that you shouldn't have done. And that could be pretty devastating. Or it could be a combination of things. For me, it was like when I was burning bridges, and I felt pretty mixed. Felt mixed about it. I think it's interesting, maybe, because especially if you're not thinking ahead. Oh man. I have so many things that I want to do, and I have so many questions that I have for the world and for myself. A lot of things. There's so many things, especially there's a question of, is it better to do a live stream like this and to cut it up into smaller videos, like a clips video channel on YouTube that some people do? A lot of cool people do the clips. They do the clips, and they have people do it. They have AI do it. Cut the videos up. You do a live stream, do a rebroadcast or original broadcasting. You go live on YouTube and Kick and Twist and your mom, all the places. You go live on all the places. And then you cut it up. and then you have them. You can have YouTube Shorts and you have TikTok Shorts, which is actually TikTok regular, except now they have TikTok long, 10 minutes and an hour even. And it's really good, but the question is it better just to have one really big video that you cut up, that you cut up after you make the big video, you cut it up, or you just make smaller videos. Is it easier to make smaller videos and just make them small? Is it better just to make small videos or to make one big video, one big video, and just cut them up? Cut up the big video into smaller videos. And the answer to that question, what's the answer? Let me think. Let me think about that. Let me think about the answer. The question. What's the answer? What's the answer to that question? What do you think? What do you think is the answer to that question? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. As a filmmaker, I don't know what to say. And I don't know what to say. Man, I just feel like I know that I enjoyed the places that I lived in my life. I enjoyed the different places that I lived in my life, the different states and countries. And it doesn't really matter, like it doesn't really matter like where you live. Like it just doesn't really matter. Like doesn't really matter. Like this doesn't really matter. Like what matters is the people, and think that you have to connect to the people, and if you don't do that, then you might have a problem. I wonder what happened. Look at all the people out there. What are they doing? Sometimes I feel like I'm just a bird. I don't know where my home is. I don't know where my soul is. I'm like a bird. It's a good song. It's a really good song. And it can take you down a road that you wanna go down. Or maybe you don't wanna go down it. Wow. Let me think about let me think about the life that I lived. What kind of life did I live? And what does it say? What does it say about me? What does it the kind of life that I had, what does it say about me? No. I don't know. What does it say about me? Grew up in Oregon, a small city. Lived outside of the country, so I wasn't a country boy, but almost. But I was a homeschooling boy, an oatmeal boy, involved with different groups every day, almost every day sometimes. Religious groups, Christian groups, different churches, Community Baptist, First Baptist, and Salvation Army, and Seven Day Adventist a few times, Vacation Bible School, different camps, basketball groups, and probably a few other groups and other things, and a homeschooling club with Sharon Huntley, and it was good. And at the time, you don't realize how good it is until you see what other people have or don't have. And that could be devastating. You don't always want to compare. But sometimes you really gotta compare to really have a good perspective. And sometimes you're just really, really, really too close to your own life situation that you're unable to see. The truth, the good and the bad. The good and the bad is sometimes you really do have to take a step back. You really do gotta. You really do gotta 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 take a step back. And if you don't, you are doomed to stay in some kind of depravity of something, something terrible, something scary, something something mind bending, like a mind bender, like a mind bender. I know the mind bender. Is that his name? What happened to him? Where is he? Where is he now? Did you want to live stream the live stream with me? Now I stood him up. Was I wrong to do that? What that? Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm thinking about. I was thinking about doing that article where I talk about my interaction with the trolls, which I've talked about, but I wanted to do an even deeper dive on that, and I think that would be interesting for me to do, even if nobody else cares. And that is my mindset usually for a lot of things, not always, but a lot of the time. A lot of the time, I I think about I think about I think about what do I want to do? What is interesting to me, and then that's what I go after. But then uh, all of that gets the best of me. Curiosity pulls the oatmeal down the rabbit hole, and curiosity just pulls me in. And it could be a devastating thing, it could be a scary little thing, a little really big thing. And so I think about, what do I think about? Oh man, what do I think about? What do I think about? I think about a lot of things. Let me think about this. Um, I'm thinking about, what am I thinking about right now? I think that as a boy, I was a shy introvert. I was growing up as an introvert that was coming out, and hmm, I was I was drawing a lot, especially when I was about 7. I was drawing more when I was 7 than ever before that. And so when I was I drew a little bit, I drew a little bit when I was 6. I have a few drawings of me drawing, like I drew Indians and people and a few other things. And then I started drawing even more in 92 when I was 7. So I would draw about my life or whatever. Sometimes the drawing served as a visual diary, and I was able to remember things by making a picture. and I was able to draw it out, map it out. I'm really visual, and I enjoy visual things, and I really enjoy organizing, and I enjoyed having that Pictionary journal, that Pictionary diary, and it was a fundamental part to my life, to my world growing up. Is one of the biggest things early on. The drawing and the dancing, where I won a dancing contest, and it was good. Um, it was good. It was good. On it was like I believe it was either I was either 7 or 8, but it was Easter, and it was at the park, in the ghetto, in the trailer park, and it was good that they were able to get so many kids together, probably 100 kids, quite a few, dozens. It looked based on the pictures that I've been looking at, that I've been scanning. It looks like a lot of people, dozens of people, probably more than 100 people, and most of them probably, I imagine that a lot of those kids actually lived in the same trailer park that I did. And there might not be as many now. It's really hard to say because kids don't come out as much as they used to. It seems like a lot of, I mean, they are. I mean, a lot of kids are stuck. They're stuck on their phone, and it's devastating. It's disappointing, but back in the day, back in '92 or '93, it was exciting to be dancing around a bunch of girls and winning the dancing contest on the basketball court. Ironically, on the basketball court, I'm dancing, and I didn't really think about it, and I won. And the more of the story is, sometimes you just got to get out there. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. You just got to do it. You just gotta give it your all and not think about it. Sometimes you gotta think about it, but a lot of times you are going to overthink something. If you're like me, you're probably gonna overthink it. Some people are not like me, and you don't have that problem, especially if you don't have a really high IQ. People with a high IQ might overthink. It doesn't mean that you're high IQ automatically just because you overthink, but it's one of the indications. It could be, or it could not be. But if your IQ is lower, are you really gonna overthink? Maybe if you're stuck in some kind of low IQ circular loop where you're overthinking, who is the guy, Lenny, or the other guy? What's his name on in Mice and Men? Uh, the big tall guy. He if you ever seen the movie or the book, Mice and Men, Mice of Men, is that what it's called? Mice and Men, almost like the mice in a tree that died. They're like bats. They're like rats, but they're bats. They're bats. What? The rats are bats because rats are bats without wings. They're in a tree and they fall off, but it's like mice and men. And the big guy says to the little guy, who is the small guy. The little guy is the small guy, and but he's also the mastermind. He's not masterman, mastermind, and the big guy asked the little guy, "Can I hold the rabbit? Can we have a pool dance?" Said Bart and Lisa Simpson. Can we have a pool, Dad? 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 Can I move this camera a little bit? That's weird. And the big guy in Mice of Men, Mice of Men. The book, the movie, the book in the movie. Mice and Men. The big guy says to the little guy, "Can I hold a rabbit?" That's right, it was not a mouse. What am I thinking? Well, it was a rabbit. It's like, "Can I hold a rabbit?" And so he could be probably a low IQ man. He could be a double-digit IQ man. That would be an insult. But your IQ is so low, you would be like, "Oh, that's probably enough," because you wouldn't even know that double digits is not enough to give you anything worthwhile. Not be able to. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Like, in a lot of ways, it doesn't really matter because that's not the only thing that determines your life. But it could be one of the biggest things. One of the biggest things. It could be one of the biggest things that plays a role. But the big guy, he's talking to the little guy in Mice and Men. He's like, "Can I hold a rabbit?" And he could be one of those low IQ guys, one of these double-digit IQ men that are stuck in circular reasoning, like an overthinking, ticking time bomb. And he could be stuck like an AI, stuck in this broken logic, and that's not good. That's not good. And so it's possible to get stuck in a low IQ, overthinking hellstorm, and you don't want to be there. You don't want to be there, but you want to be somewhere. You do want to be somewhere. I didn't really want to go out on the water. It's not really my thing. It was more my brother thing, and that's what he said earlier today. I was live talking about that. It's important for my brother Rick, and it could be important to me, but at the same time, I don't really care about it. At the moment, I really don't want to think about it a lot. because I don't want to. I don't want to go down that road at the moment. It could be something special with someone special. If you had somebody special, if you really had somebody that you wanted to share it with. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. No more sorrow, no more pain. It's the thing that makes you sad. No more sorrow, no more pain. It's the ah. It's the eye of the tiger. It's the feet of the night coming up to earth and of the tiger. Bam, 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 bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. The eye of the tiger. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. It's the eye of the tiger. Angels in the goddamn outfield. Why they playing baseball? No one can tell me cause I'm stuck on my ass and I feel like a man with the past. My brain go to places it shouldn't. So then I pray to the highest. There is a thing that there's a light at the end, and the storm is the only thing that you know. It's the joy of circumstances, it's the love to action, satisfaction. It's the pain that you must swallow. It's the ghost in the machine, it's only gonna hurt for a little while. Little while. Huh. What's new again? Wow. It's a song. It's a song that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friend. People start singing it, not knowing. Imagine the guy that you're washing doesn't even know that he's live streamed, being live streamed. Imagine, what if you're Jim Carrey in the Truman Show and you don't even know it? It's amazing how we went from the Truman Show, where one man is being live streamed and watched all the time, to, oh, it's the whole entire world being watched all the time. And the whole entire world is the Truman Show, and everybody is starring in it. But it's true. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Not talking about it only makes it worse. Only makes it worse. Only makes it worse. If you don't talk about it, if you don't talk about it, if you pretend that it's not happening, it only makes it worse. It only makes it worse. If you want things to be better, you gotta talk about the problem. You want a solution, you gotta accept where you are. Where you are. Sometimes it's better to accept where you are. A lot of people don't want to admit to where they are. And you may be in a devastating place. It doesn't mean that there's no hope of a dope, joyous circumstances. It don't mean that. It just means that you got a problem if you don't want to talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it, you got a problem. If you don't want to talk about the truth of the world, you got a problem. That's the starting point, is to realize that you're drowning in all the goddamn oatmeal. Ooh, 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 ooh. Mm-mm-mm. I've been sitting here for an hour. Wow. An hour. Huh. Interesting. An hour. Huh. Hmm. Oh my. Sitting here for an hour. Still here. Wow. Wow. Bee doo boo boo boop. Ba ba dee ba doo. Ba boo bee boo ba boo. Boom boom bam bam. said, what's going on inside me? I've been lost by my own bagel. This is a medicine of my own undoing. And it can't be something I wouldn't know. I wanna be in the light, and you're in the light. I wanna shine like the stars in the heaven. Lord, be my guide, be my salvation. That's all I want to be is in the light. All I want to be is all I want to be is in the light. I want to be in the light. As you're in the light. I want to look like a turtle with a red. Hey Arnold. I want to shine like the star. Be something that's worth talking about. You don't want to be full of yourself. Even if you think it feels good. I want to be in the light. As you're in the light. I want to shine like the star in heaven. What was that noise? Is that a motorcycle? Oh my. Oh my. I feel like I just want to take a nap. Be my salvation. All I want to be is in the light. All I want to be is. All I want to be is in the light. I want to be in the light. You're in the light. I want to shine like the stars in the heaven. Lord, be my guide. Be my salvation. All I want to be is in the light. All I want to be is, all I want to be is in the light. I want to be in the light. You're in the light. I want to shine like the stars in the heaven. Lord, be my guide. Be my salvation. All I want to be is in the light. All I want to be is. All I want to be is in the light. I want to be in the light. You're in the light. Ooh.
I bet those islands got Santas, so. It takes a long time. This way we drive.
Yeah.
I know, because going through Montana takes a long time. Well, South Dakota isn't too far after that. It still takes a little while. It's a blank road.
Excuse me. Guys, kind of people were did the oh so good, she said. Couldn't remember the details. It's like was it male or female? Oh, no, but good vibration, not bad vibration. Oh, okay.